Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with Lookout America, Captain Bill and Miss Jill. Good evening, Captain. How you doing there?
Doing fine so far. Got some pretty good news for some of you guys that live in Central and Western Florida. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now and get some ideas about this year's storm for today. Tropical Storm Idalia. Tropical Storm Idalia has been sitting around between Cancun and the western tip of Cuba for days, actually going in a little circle down there, both as a depression and a tropical storm. So it is now fully a tropical storm coming up off the end of Cuba, and just about 70-mile-an-hour winds, 4 miles an hour short of becoming Hurricane Idalia. So, what's Hurricane Idalia going to do to us? Hopefully not much. We are expecting a direct north track for the next 24 hours or so, for running right up the 85-degree longitude line, and the storm building as it gets over the very, very warm water, almost 31 degrees centigrade in places off of the west coast of Florida. If you were around for Wilma, it got into that area and recorded one of the lowest pressures ever recorded on a hurricane. So we don't like that real warm water, but we've got it this year. As it gets up here toward the area of the Tampa Bay area, it'll still be well offshore with 105-mile-an-hour winds, which is still Category 2 winds for us, but staying off the shore. We've had several revamps to this that keep the storm to the west instead of curving in and heading for us. So this is very good news, and we're going to, of course, hope that this continues. After that, that's Tuesday at 2 p.m., not too long from now. Wednesday at 2 a.m., we will be up to just about as it's coming up on the shore around Cedar Key area of Florida, 120-mile-an-hour winds, a good substantial Category 3 storm. It will arc over Florida, passing just to the west of Jacksonville, and it will only be down to 90 miles an hour as it does so. So a rather formidable storm for us to consider this year. A thing about the I storm you may want to notice, it is the most retired letter of the hurricane alphabet, with over 13 retirements since they started doing stuff like this. Notably, Inez, Ivan, Igor, Irene, Ida, and Ian the other year that demolished the area around Fort Myers, Florida. So the I storm is one we've got to keep our eye on.
All right, Captain. Any further information for us? When will our next update be?
I believe we'll have an update tomorrow afternoon as the storm gets up in this area, especially if there are any changes in direction. If it maintains its plight toward lesser populated areas, we may not have a broadcast. But if it does anything wild, we'll put one out.
Captain, I appreciate your time and your information. One last question. Should I make sure that we have enough milk? Well, wait, we don't drink milk. Thank you, Captain. Any other notice? Are we good?
We're good.
All right. Good night from Lookout America.